Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to do a little bulk cooking with some mini meatloaves. And I'm going to start out using my food processor. I'm going to move y'all back a little bit there. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is grind up both one large green bell pepper and sort of a medium to large onion right in the food processor. And I just rough chopped those beforehand. And we're also going to add 1 cup of chickpeas. Now I cooked these chickpeas I think last December. Let me get the pack and I'll show you. These were cooked in the Instant Pot last December, and what I do is put them in one of these gallon bags, mash them out real flat, so that way when I want to use some of them, just whack it on the counter, break it off, and then I can use them to add to other things. So what I did was put them in a little strainer and just run a little hot water over them because I didn't really want the liquid in the chickpeas. So again, these are some I made myself, so they got a teeny bit of salt in them and just a little bit of oil in the crock pot, not the crock pot, the Instant Pot, to so they didn't boil all up. So I'm going to dump those in, and I'm going to add 1 egg to just kind of hold everything together, and just a little bit of that, or you could use steak sauce or whatever, so maybe about 2 teaspoons. And I don't say that much because people have made fun of the way I say it, because I've called it teriyaki, whatever. Anyway, I like it. All right. Now this is going to be a little loud, but I'm just going to leave it on while we get this almost to a pulp. So you can still see the peppers just a little bit, but everything is pretty well ground up. There's what it looks like. It already smells really good. All right, so we're going to add this to our meat. Now this meat is some that I got at Walmart, and it's half pork and half beef. And it's 80% lean, 20% fat. Now, years ago in the grocery store, you could get a little pack for meatloaf, and it had lamb, pork, and beef in it. I don't know why, but they don't have that anymore, at least not any grocery store I've been to in the last many, many years. So I'm going to put on my gloves now. I don't want to get this all over my hands. So we're just going to dump this in. Now I'm not adding any extra salt because we're going to have a little sauce that's going to go with these little mini meatloaves. And you won't really need any salt, any extra salt. Alright, so I've already got my pan greased, and I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and you do need some grease in your pan. And even if you use like a Pyrex dish, you would need some kind of grease or oil in the bottom of it. Alright, so we're just going to mix these up. And the chickpeas are going to give extra protein, and I didn't really use any breadcrumbs in this, so the chickpeas kind of take the place of the breadcrumbs, but they do add more protein than bread would give you. Again, just mixing it all up. Now, no one's going to know there are chickpeas in here. Oh, y'all couldn't see. Hold on. Tilt my camera down just a little bit. There. Yeah, just mix it all up. Gloves are kind of coming off. All right, so now we're going to make these into little, what's really going to look like large meatballs. So I'm going to divide it up into fourths. Then again. Let's see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That ought to do. So just going to make it into little balls. Not like patties, but into little balls like that. Oops. And so what we're going to do is put this in the oven, 400 degrees, and we want to get them somewhat browned. Now, they won't be thoroughly cooked then, but we'll have some brown on them. I would cut the camera off while I'm doing this, but my hand is so messy. Get them all about the same size if you can. Try and fit all these in here. Alright. This one's going to be a little bigger, I think. So yeah, what the chickpeas do is stretch your meat a little bit, but you're still getting that protein, really a lot more than you would get if you were just using breadcrumbs. All right, let me take my gloves off. All right, now we're also going to use a little sauce for these later on, but right now they're going in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes until they get some brown on them. All right, when that happens, we'll be back. Our mini meatloaves are almost browned, and I did take them out after about 20 minutes and pour that liquid that accumulates in there off of them, and then I went ahead and put them back in the oven, turned it up to 450 because they weren't really browning fast enough to suit me. So we're going to make a little sauce to go with them, and it's going to be real simple. We're just going to use 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Now I want to go ahead and get this hot before I pour it over the meatloaves. So that'd be 2 cans of diced tomatoes. We're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar. So that's about 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of yellow mustard. Now I've got my burner on, so we're just going to bring this to a boil. And then I'm going to take the little meatloaves out, and we'll be pouring this over them. All right, gonna let this get hot. We'll be back. All right, the little mini meatloaves have browned now on top. And again, I poured the liquid out of them about halfway through, so they really ended up in the oven for about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. And I also turned the oven up to about 450 just to get them to brown. So we're just going to pour this little sauce over them. It's 2 cans of tomato and a little bit of mustard and some sugar, brown sugar. So we're just going to pour that right over them. Like that. And so now I'm going to put them back in the oven. And I have turned my oven down to 350 and let some of the liquid in here evaporate off the tomatoes, and then they'll be ready. All right, we'll be back. All right, our little mini meatloaves are ready. Now, Mr. Bucky's decided he doesn't want to eat till tonight because he had a sandwich earlier. So I'm just going to take one of these out and show you what they look like. Actually cut it in two. There's what they look like. And so normally what we would do, I'm going to go ahead and taste of this. Let me back off a little bit. Yeah. All right, so normally what we would do, and that's what I'll do tonight, is have this with some rice and a couple of vegetables and have enough tomato to put over the rice. That's a southern thing, I think, just tomatoes and rice. All right, let me taste of this. It's really hot. It's very good. So you can't see the peppers or the onions in there, but they're in there. It's really good. All right. I hope y'all will try this. Now, just to mention this, it goes really well with creamed potatoes too. And just a couple of vegetables, maybe a biscuit or something. It makes a great meal. So what I'm going to do is freeze these, except for what we're going to have for supper tonight, and along with the tomato in it and everything. And I do it in little baggies. That way, just put it down in some hot water, a bowl of hot water, not boiling, but just hot. They thaw out pretty quick, or you can put them in the microwave, put them on defrost for about 20 minutes, and you're good to go. All right, see y'all next time. Bye for now.